The swimming pool at Piaget was also good.
Yeah, well, I had the sort of incredible embarrassment of knowing that, of course, it had to be a Revolution editor, and particularly my Revolution editor from Singapore.
Who fell in?
The first guy that fell into the swimming pool and was so unaware of the fact that he fell into the swimming pool that he actually kept walking with his trolley.
When I was doing the interview
He went in the trolley in the water.
He tried to be like Jesus.
I did my interview with Chabi on the second day, and I said to her, has anyone fell into the water? She said no, and I said, okay, let's jump, and she said, okay, let's go. But no, we didn't do.
I know Eleanor Picciotto actually rolled up her pants and took her shoes off and actually walked into the water, but that was intentional. I thought that was kind of cool.
I think it's better. Yeah. And Richard Mille fragrances as well was another great highlight.
Ambergris. It's all about ambergris. It's all about ambergris.
Yes, Wei's business partner is a huge perfume expert.
But to be fair, that he only talks so depressingly to whales that they just kill themselves and offer their ambergris. The suicidal whales. He quotes a lot of Camus to them and so on. Yeah. But on the subject of Richard Mille, I love the Pablo McDonough watch. I have to say the first one was a polarizing watch because it had that big top shield, and I love the fact that Richard actually did research into a sapphire crystal made of armored glass.
Toughened glass, I think, is a really, again, it's a simple idea when you think about it, but why didn't anybody do it before? And I like the Carré as well. It's nice to see Berthoud here, which is a great.
The new Berthoud watch is stunning.
Yeah. Oh, the regulator is amazing.
Yes.
I mean, the language of that movement to begin with is something so beautiful.
Yes. It's nice to see an established firm putting effort and money and thought into something that is not so obviously commercial, and just about great watchmaking.
Well, the other thing too is, there have been a lot of watches over the last decade, when during that whole era of, Matthias Butte and B&B, that we're all kind of taking chain and fusees and this kind of thing and whatever like that, and mishmashing them together. But what's great about Berthoud is there's a singularity of language based on Berthoud's marine chronometers. But that's also based,
I think, on Carl Friedrich a lot.
Yes.
He's a very...
Yes.
He's a passionate. He's a passionate.
He's a proper guy, and I mean, he does something that he will... I mean, what I always liked was when he made the tonneau-shaped movement for the tonneau-shaped case in the LUC 20 years ago, and his watchmakers hated him for it because it was a complete and utter irrelevance. But actually, it's not.
It was Jean-Fred Dufour at the time being.
Yeah, we love Jean-Fred.
But think about also for when he in 1996 when he launched the Caliber 1.96 in that watch. This was a double-barreled, right, micro rotor, ultra thin, cost certified and Geneva sealed. I mean, imagine in the 90s there was no one doing anything for him to do this, and this is an incredible statement of Carl Friedrich and the seriousness with which he does everything, and that's what you see in Berthoud. You can see that someone that truly loves watchmaking.
What about Jaeger LeCoultre? Do you like the Polaris collection?
I tell you what I like about the Polaris, and it's not. I don't much care for the original Polaris, but I think that the chrono they did, the gold chrono with the pale anthracite dial, and they take the numerals off the Polaris and use them there. Yeah. It's a really elegant watch, and the flat pushers and everything like that. I have to say that was a surprise because Polaris but actually that I think was
stunning.
It's worth actually having the Polaris so you can have that watch.
Absolutely. And on the subject of rose gold with grey dials as well, I think the other rose gold dial watch that kind of really just nailed it for me, it was the 1815 chronograph.
Lange & Söhne chronograph, fantastic.
And Willem, I really respect what he's doing as a leader for this brand. He's also bringing a value proposition back to the brand as well.
Yes. It's such a value proposition because it was a flyback for €50,000 or something, wasn't it?
And not only flyback, it's got the precise jumping minute counter that you have on the datograph as well. It's essentially the same movement, just missing the sort of ground date mechanism. And if you think about it, the competitors at the time were all using the Lemania SIHH27, which is a great movement, but it's a movement from the 40s,
Which is nothing wrong with. We love the 40s.
We do love the 40s. It's true.
Well, the second half. And what else was good? What did you like?
I very much liked what they did also at Girard-Perregaux. I think Antonio Calci brought in something fresh into the brand that was with those three bridges really getting old.
I don't know, because I'm a great friend. I was a great friend of Gino Macaluso, so I won't hear a word against what he did. And as far
I'm not doubting what he did, but Calci brings in the fresh style.
We'll tell you what I thought was really cool. I thought that the multiple axis tourbillon with that massive sort of sapphire titanium.
But this is another huge complication. Think about the Neo bridges. Think about the thing.
Bridge was great. Yeah. Well, okay, I'll tell you what. It was also cool because this is a conversation we've had for quite some time. Also, I mean, the iconography of Girard-Perregaux is in some ways a sort of watchmaking iconography, and it has to do with the three bridges, right? So take the three bridges and also use that for a non-tourbillon is actually quite interesting to me as well, and to give someone the possibility to own the iconic language of Girard-Perregaux without having to invest in a tourbillon is quite nice.
I mean, it's interesting when you take pieces of the architecture that become, and there's not so many when you think about it that you can actually do that with.
Yes.
I liked also at Parmigiani there was one Qualité Fleurier time and date watch that had a beautiful guilloche dial. Absolutely stunning with the applied gold numerals, Arabic numerals. Beautiful, beautiful.
Let's talk also about split-second chronographs. So let's talk about. I mean, I know you're a big fan of the Parmigiani, Roger.
I mean, they exhibited last year, and I'm glad they brought it back for an encore. It's a,
the Parmigiani chronograph, where they integrated the first in-house movement, is a bit big. Did you see that time?
The expert. I mean, I don't know.
I think it's lovely. I think it's lovely. However, what do you guys think of the Journe, Roger Pong? Because bear in mind that it was the split-second chronograph at only watch.
I didn't see the watch, honestly.
Oh, really?
No.
I think it's really nice. I mean, there's no isolator, but he's saying that the movement is powerful enough that you could run it with the watch in split-second mode for 60 hours and have no effect. Apparently, yes.
Come on.
But it's interesting because I had a similar conversation.
60 hours, that's a lot, though.
Well,
Look at this Peter Harrison. God, look at this. There's Peter Harrison.
I think we have to talk also, if we're going to talk about split seconds, the triple split as well.
Triple split, and I want to know your impressions about the IWC collection. 150 years.
So I would say.
Oh, he's getting on the phone.
Put on speaker. Put on speaker.
No, I'm not going to put on speaker. I love the bag, Peter. Where did you get the bag?
Peter.
All right, we continue. You look at the bag. Look, you continue.
So I said.